Welcome everybody, Leon here from RPG Haven. Wanted to take this opportunity to rank every game I completed last year. That's right, not just the RPGs, it's every game. Now, I play a lot of other games. I don't only play RPGs, that's just what I talked about on this channel, but I think maybe this video here ought to give you an insight into the other types of games I play. Now, a lot of these games are older. That's because I play a lot of old games. So let's get started here. Chrono Trigger is a game I started at the end of 2022, and I suppose I wrapped that up in early January. Now, this is one that I wouldn't rank as high as a lot of other JRPG fans. However, I mean, I don't hate it or anything. I think A is probably accurate. I kind of want to lower it one, but, I think A is probably where it belongs. I'm just not as hot on it as a lot of other fans. Now, Forgotten Land, this game, I think that B tier is really where it ought to go. I think the first stage is an A. Then, wait, it's even more quiet. Oh my god, people telling me in chat. I can turn it up maybe there. That's pretty much it. You'll have to turn it up on y'all's end. Yeah, again, I gotta upgrade my audio here over the next year. That's one of my goals. Let's see, it is using the right mic. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yep, sorry about that, y'all. That's the best I can do. Okay, so Lightning Returns. Now, I had ranked all of these on the last JRPG tier list that I made. However, I might rank a few of these in other spots. I don't know. That's okay. My mind changes over time. So Lightning Returns. Oh, this one's tough because I love the combat and pretty much everything else in the game is just kind of meh. I would put it as maybe a B, maybe a C. Oh, that's tough. I think I'll give it a solid though. It's a pretty solid game. Yeah, Forgotten Land. Oh, I guess I didn't explain a lot about that. Yeah, I mean, I think that after a while it got old and repetitive and just wasn't really enough content and creativity in there. There was a little bit, but not enough. All right, East 4 Remake. Memories of Salsita. This game I thought was awesome. I think it's an A, an easy A. Not any higher than that. Well, see, it's hard because I don't know if it really is an A because I've heard a lot of these games after it are even stronger. And I would probably rank like East 8 higher once I play that based on everything I've heard. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's awful, but I think right now I'll put it in an A, but it's probably really a solid more than anything. But we'll leave it there for now. Okay, Panzer Dragoon 1. This is an interesting one. I really liked it. However, it's so hard, and I mean, I had to use save states on it. I mean, that's how hard it was. About halfway through, I was like, okay, this is not working. So, I mean, I like a lot of its concepts. However, I think solid is where I would leave that. Now, Panzer Dragoon 2 is an A. This is an awesome game. Now, this is a game I could actually beat on my own without any help, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was almost probably too easy, if anything. But yeah, the story, the atmosphere, the visuals, all that is just like epic in this game. So I highly recommend Panzer Dragoon 2. It's hard to get a hold of. However, there's other options out there. All right, Super Mario Land 1. Now, this game is interesting because I had this when I was a kid on the Game Boy. This is actually the only one on this list that I had played previously. However, I don't think I ever finished it, and I just wanted to run through it again because I have another goal this year of playing every 2D Mario game. I played almost all of them. I just have a few left, so I'm wrapping them up. Super Mario Land, geez, how do you rank this game? I mean, it's pretty awesome. I mean, I won't lie, it's pretty cool. I think it's probably a solid though, because I like Mario Land 2 is an A. This is an awesome game. I'm trying to remember what the unique mechanic was in it. I don't know that it had one. It just had power-ups I liked. I can't remember. It's been so long. I liked it a lot, though. Okay, what's this? Oh, Kirby's Dream Land 2. This game, I mean, there's no topping the original. Yeah, technical marvel. Someone in chat is saying yes, absolutely. In fact, a lot of these late era Game Boy games are so good, so impressive. Kirby's Dream Land 2, though, I liked the animals they added, although on the other hand, they distract from the gameplay a little bit. I mean, I think it's a solid entry, though. We'll talk about Kirby's Dream Land 3 here in a little while, but I'll leave that one for when we get to it. Octopath 2. This is one, I don't know if I ranked it on my last tier list. I might not have, but so the original Octopath I would probably rank as an SS. I love Octopath 2. Octopath 1. Octopath 2, I did not enjoy as much. Now isn't it S? I mean, alright, this one's tough, because I don't know that I can rank it as an S when it's so similar to the original, and there's not a lot of added stuff in it that would make it also qualify as an S. Does that make any sense? Like, the only reason it's an S is because it's reusing all the stuff that I loved about Octopath 1. There just isn't a lot of innovation here, or there's not enough to really rank it higher. I'm going to have to rank Octopath 2 as an A. I mean, I love it, though. It's really tough. Really tough. I think I'll leave it as an A, though. Final Fantasy 15. I think it's pretty solid. I don't know that I can rank it higher than that. If you want to hear more of my thoughts on this game, check out my recent video on it. Now, I'm not ranking these in order on the tiers. I'm not worried about that on this tier list anyway. I just want to talk about every game I beat last year. I did finish all of the games here. So, okay, Super Mario 2. That's right. I had never played this game. Never, ever. And I love it. This is an S tier game, y'all. I think it's better than Mario 1 from a pure gameplay perspective. Like, really awesome. Like, now in terms of its overall like impact and legacy, I mean, honestly, it's right up there as well. Like, if you weren't around when these games were out, I mean, this game was huge. I mean, Mario 1 also was, but 2 was massive, massive. And I love this game. I was actually shocked how much I loved it. Still so fun. Yes, Randall. Door. This is the Western Mario Bros. 2. Yeah, it's awesome. I would highly recommend it. I love the title screen music, especially. The do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, ba-bow-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. It's a remix of the water theme of the original game. Really cool. Okay, Shining in the Darkness. I have to rank this one as an A. This is an awesome game, y'all. It's long and grindy and a lot of old school fun. Beyond Oasis. I checked this one out because I played one of the other Oasis games. Was it? I know that Defenders of Oasis is its own series, I'm pretty sure. This is like an action game. I would rank it as a solid game. Wasn't really anything special, but I would recommend it. Okay, and then while I was working my way through all the RPGs on the Sega Ultimate Genesis collection, I decided to check out Golden Axe 1 through 3, because all of them are on there. These games are okay. They're just not really my style. It's not that they're awful. I'm just not huge into these, like, hack and slash, like, quasi-platformer beat-em-up games. I don't know. I just wanted to check them out, and they're short. So I would rank all of them as okay, but like if you're really into this genre, then don't take my word on it, because they're just not really my style. But that's okay. Okay, on that same collection here, having trouble speaking this evening, I also played a few of the Shining Force games. This is SF1, and I would call it an A. It's a super solid game, although Shining Force 2 I liked even more. So it's like, would I rank it like this one as a B and the other an A? I mean, now that I look back on it, I probably would. I would probably put that one as a B and 2 as an A. Like, it's not an S. I mean, I don't like it that much, but I think a solid A is really good. And any game I rank an A is, like, really good. So, I kind of want to bring down Ys and Chrono Trigger. I don't know if that's too tough, though. I don't know. I'm going to leave them up there. I like those games a lot. Phantasy Star 2. I made a video on this pretty recently. It's an easy A. Very easy A. The question is really if it's an S. I love this game. Really, really tough. I mean, it has issues, but man, do I love Phantasy Star 2. Ooh. I think right now I'm going to rank it as an S, guys. I love this game. Crystal Warriors is an easy solid. I made a video on that one. I don't need to talk about it too much. Yeah, Super Mario Bros. 2 dominance, baby. That's right. I love my chat. I don't have y'all on screen right now because I'm going to have this in a video, but I'm watching it. Don't worry. Panzer Dragoon Saga, the JRPG version of the original games, kind of. I thought this game was awesome. So the only reason I would not rank it as an A is because the combat is kind of tedious after a while, and it never really evolves that much. And really, any JRPG where I get tired of the combat halfway through, and then the rest of it is just kind of like going through the motions, I can't really rank as an A, because I'm a combat guy. I mean, story and atmosphere, like, all that is awesome, but it's not everything. Like, I need to be interested in the combat the whole way through, and that's kind of my problem with Panzer Dragoon Saga. Also, it's just kind of hard to figure out where you're supposed to go in that game, and just, I don't know, it's a little bit under baked. So I'll put it as a B, which is where a lot of these games will end up. The Sword of Hope. I did not enjoy this game, y'all. Like, I mean, it's interesting. I made a video on it, but it's really rough. It's a first person dungeon crawler on the uh, Game Boy, and it just is too rough. It's slow. It's also really hard. Like, yeah, not really my thing. Oh, hey there in chat. Yes, I will be streaming the rest of each of those games, Mario RPG and Lisa. Now I don't know when, but hopefully soon. I'll be wrapping up Mario RPG first. I'm about halfway through that game. Yeah, the mic was muted last time you asked. That's right. Okay, Suikoden. Now we're getting into the games I played in the latter half of last year. Suikoden is an easy A. It was almost an S. If you want to know a little bit more about that, watch my most recent video, which was all about Suikoden. Okay, Kirby's Dream Land 3. Oh, whoops, let me adjust that. Okay, Kirby's Dream Land 3. This one was meh. Maybe even less. I mean, it's hard to rank it under that. I'll put it in meh, because it really was. I did not love the movement in this one, or really like the way the animals worked was a little strange. I don't know. They just kind of lost the plot on this one, especially when you compare to like a game like Kirby's Adventure, like just kicks the shit out of Kirby 3. So, excuse me. I loved Suikoden, however, it isn't an S, and I explain why. Like, it's not. I mean, it's just not quite like an S. I mean, is legendary, and Suikoden is not legendary. It's almost there. Like, I would put in S like any game I call a masterpiece, and then like SS is like my favorite like of those masterpieces. So, you know what I mean? Like SS is kind of like a more personal favorite, whereas like S is like I respect all of these as like absolute masterpieces. So in that case, it's like, is 2 really up there? Like Phantasy Star 2? I want to leave it there, y'all. I love that game. Okay, Wario Land, Super Mario Bros. Land 3. This game is awesome, really awesome. Like, I would rank it as an easy A. Now, I am a Wario mark. Like, I love Wario. Oh, really, Monster Dong? So, a guy in the chat here, Monster Dong, he would rank Wario Land 2 in S, which I gotta disagree with, but, oh yeah, Wario Land 2 is on here. I will rank Wario Land 2. I would rank 2 as a solid. I enjoyed the movement in 1 a lot more than in 2. In fact, when I started 2, I was like, whoa, this feels weird. And I never liked it as much as 1. That's really the only reason I would rank it under. Other than that, I mean, yeah, it's awesome. I love the Wario Land games, especially Wario Land 5, which, if you're unaware, is the one on Wii, Shake It, it's called. Or if you're in Europe, it's the Shake Dimension. Awesome game. It's like all hand-drawn art. It's beautiful. Highly recommend that game. That's the game that got me into Wario. So, wanted to check out all these older ones. Okay. Mario and Rabbids 2, The Sparks of Hope. Yeah. Yeah, no, not, Smooth Moves was like the WarioWare one. I don't like WarioWare. I don't care about that. Shake It was a Wario Land game, platformer. Super awesome game, super underrated. I never hear anyone talk about it, and it's so good. Yeah, like I would rank it as an S. I mean, even in SS, I love Wario Land 5. Yeah, like that's an SS game. Like everything about it, the music, visuals, the gameplay, how you gotta run back at the end of every stage. So fun. Oh, I used to speedrun that game. Sparks of Hope. Okay, I have Samuel Hormazabal. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce anything. I can barely speak. He's telling me I should rank it as a legendary, or at least he thinks it is. I do not agree. In fact, I would probably rank it right around a good. I liked it a lot. I liked one way more. Way more. So, Sparks of Hope, the issue with that game is that you spend way too much time out of combat. Like, way too much time. Now, in the original, I loved how you would run around the overworld a little bit, explore a little bit, but not too much, and then you're right back into combat, which is what the game is, right? Now, in Sparks of Hope, you just are, like, running around on each, I mean, it's almost like, excuse me. Oh, I need some water there. This is what happens when I don't stream in a while. I can't speak. Like I hated how in Sparks of Hope you've got these hub areas, and then you've got to like run all over them and explore and unlock stuff. Like I don't mind that in a platforming game, but in Sparks of Hope it just felt like busy work in between battles, which I just thought they took it too far in that direction. So I would probably leave it there. Okay, Phantasy Star 3. Ooh, this is tough because I have an upcoming video on this one, and I don't want to spoil too much. Right now, I'll leave it here, even though that's possibly not my actual opinion of this game. I don't want to tease y'all too much, but I have a lot of comments on Phantasy Star 3, and I will save them for my video. At the very least, I think this is a very, very interesting title. One of the most interesting RPGs I have ever played. So I'll leave that tease, and we'll move on to Balan Wonderworld. All right, this y'all, this is the most underrated and overhated platformer of all time. This game is pretty freaking great. Yeah, I'll say it. I'll rank it as an A. I don't care. This game's an A, dude. This game's awesome. Okay, maybe it isn't an A. Compared to a lot of the modern 3D platformers that have been released recently and overhyped, like A Hat in Time, Ukulele. I didn't like either of those games, and I haven't enjoyed any of these like modern platformers. I think that they haven't really captured the spirit of those old school classics like Banjo that I love. This game right here, y'all, this game does. I swear to God it does. It's I think honestly everyone who reviewed it just like isn't into platformers, I guess, because I am, and I love this game. Like, and it's like hard too. Like you gotta think about your routes through every stage. It's interesting, very interesting game, and it's also kind of beautiful too. Okay, Mass Effect Andromeda is okay. It's okay. If you really love Mass Effect, and you just want like gameplay, space exploration, and all that, I mean, you can maybe check it out. If you want like an awesome story with all those characters you love, and that's the only reason that you're ever into Mass Effect, then stay away. This one is kind of a rehash of all the old games, and it isn't as interesting. Okay, Ys 5. This is also a meh, maybe even less. Like, there's not much to this one, and I'm not surprised it wasn't ever released in the West. It's really like basic, extremely easy. Story is not interesting at all. Totally forgettable. I would say that I did not like Ys 5, so that's pretty reasonable. Mystic Quest, I'm sorry, y'all. I do not like this game either. I found it frustrating, tedious, and obnoxious. The music is awesome, but that isn't enough to rank it any higher. I mean, it's not like so awesome to where I would rank it higher. So sorry, y'all. Oh, whoops. Oh, wait, what did I do? Oh, that's cool. I can rearrange them. Sweet. Okay, let's put that back though. Okay, Planet Laika. This is an interesting little PS1. Well, it's not really a JRPG. It's kind of like an action adventure. So here's how I would describe it. It's like a JRPG without the combat. Now there is combat in it, but there's like 3 encounters, and it's like really easy, and it's really more of a story game than anything. Oh, and I'm not actually ranking it here. I'm just holding it up here while I speak about it. So, and it like explores a person that has well, I don't want to spoil it actually. I would say it explores a person who has a mental health disorder, except it's handled in an interesting way that actually ties into gameplay. And I actually want to make a video on this, even though it isn't an RPG. It's close enough, like it pretty much is an RPG. It's like a story game, which I'm not usually into, but I found this kind of neat, and it's only like a few hours long, so that helped. I mean, it's kind of like what a lot of these indie games nowadays are striving for, and I just hate them all. But this one is actually pretty good, probably because it isn't an indie game. Okay, so I don't know that I'd rank it as an A. I would put it was pretty good. It was interesting. I think that there are people out there who would rank it as an A, but not me. Okay, Parasite Eve. This is another one I think is maybe a little bit overhyped, especially after playing Vagrant story right after, which I will also rank because they have a lot of the same gameplay concepts in them. So, have some iced coffee here. So, Parasite Eve, I would almost call it just okay. Now, it's so tough because I love the visuals and all that. I find the gameplay in it really obnoxious and tedious, and like you're running around, you're like, where do I go? And you have all these encounters, and I don't know, like there's just not enough to it to really rank it any higher. And I'm sorry to everyone who loves this game. I just can't help but think it's like all style and no substance whatsoever. But what do I know? Okay, Vagrant Story. Now this is one that I would rank as an easy A if it weren't held back by the technical limitations it has. Navigating the menus and like anything in this is so freaking slow. It drives me nuts. It's like I can't handle it. I just can't rank it as an A because it's just too frustrating. I mean, other than that, it's an easy A. It's really innovative. It uses the combat from Parasite. It even makes it way more interesting. It adds a real-time element, and yeah, Monster Dog, exactly. Anyway, it has a real-time element in the combat that I really enjoy. I just can't rank it any higher because of the technical problems. Okay, Wild Arms. This is another one that I personally think is overrated. Anytime I've heard anyone talk about Wild Arms, it's always like, oh, Wild Arms is like the hidden PS1 gem that got totally overlooked and all that. And I checked it out, and the story and all that is interesting, but ultimately forgettable. And also the combat, again, every boss in this game dies to the same exact strategy. Like, the same exact strategy on every boss works. That's a no. Can't rank it as an A if the combat like isn't all that interesting. I'm sorry. It's just not. Now, yeah, I mean, other than that, I think it is an A, so it has to go right here. Yeah, Wild Arms, yeah, people talk about as if it's, one of the greatest games ever made. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I hear that all the time, and it's just not. I think, guys, if I'm being totally honest, especially after playing as many JRPGs as I have, not to be pretentious, but, I think a lot of people just haven't played a lot of JRPGs, and so the ones that they have experience with, they're like, this is awesome, one of the best games ever made. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I can understand holding that opinion when you don't have a lot of experience, because like once you've played a lot of these, you can't rank them all as an A. It's like you gotta differentiate a bit. And that's why these top like 5 tiers here are like all like at least okay. I mean, I would recommend like any game from here up. Like any of these, I think are all good games. I just have to differentiate a little bit. And yeah, they're saying in chat how, people overrate a lot of PS1 JRPGs. I wholeheartedly agree. In fact, I think all the ones I've checked out have been overrated, in my opinion, so far. Except maybe Suikoden. Like, I can understand ranking Suikoden higher. I just have issues with how slow it is. That's all. Okay, The Looker. This game surprised the hell out of me. This game is hilarious. So, excuse me. If you haven't heard of it, it's a parody of The Witness, which was a really awesome Myst style game from 5-6 years ago. This is a parody of it. It's only about an hour, hour and a half. I don't want to spoil anything at all. Just check it out. It's free on Steam, I'm pretty sure, or like it's really cheap if it isn't. But yeah, I'm almost positive it's free. So check it out. Super hilarious. If you haven't played The Witness, though, you would not understand it at all. I mean, you have to have played and finished The Witness, which I also highly recommend. I would rank The Witness as an S, possibly an SS. Awesome game. Anyway, on to Shining Force CD. This is where Shining Force kind of takes a dip. It's not a nosedive. It's really just more Shining Force without anything added, and I mean nothing added. It's just more of what was in really SF1, like, because this is technically a remake of the two Game Gear handheld games, which came out, I'm pretty sure, in between 1 and 2. Not positive, though. I know at least the first one released in there. So yeah, it's okay. There's not really too much to talk about. I mean, it's not like bad though by any means. So yeah, it's a solid game. Okay, looks like yeah, we have half RPGs and half not left. Cool. Coast of Tsushima. This game, I mean, I thought it was an A. It's really uncommon that I would rank a modern open world experience as an A, but I think this one absolutely is. I actually platinumed it, which I hardly ever do because I loved it and it was an easy one. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, so like I did everything in this game and I really enjoyed it. Combat is the highlight of it. Obviously, the hand-to-hand stuff, excellent, and it also has really deep stealth in it as well, which I'm also into. It's kind of like Assassin's Creed meets well, I don't know. It's just kind of like a better Assassin's Creed game, honestly, which I love. So there you go. Highly recommend. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. This one might be a tad controversial. This is not an A, guys. It's a B tier. If I were ranking only the first half of it, that's an easy A. But after about halfway through, you realize that Mario Wonder kind of runs out of ideas. Like, I felt like a lot of the levels were kind of reusing the same general concept, even if it looked like different. And like, I don't know, I was just expecting a lot more creativity, and there just wasn't enough in there. It's like a lot of the Wonder events were just like, okay, like here's the screen, and it's like a little bit harder of a platformer now. I don't know. I was expecting to like, I don't know, have to like run into the screen and like dodge stuff like you're playing asteroids, or like, I don't know, like other like out there ideas, like rather than, oh well, like we're just gonna scramble it up a bit and now you gotta run fast. I don't know if I explained that at all, but I mean, I still enjoyed it quite a lot. I beat it in like 3 days. I can do with every Mario game. Yeah, but that's where that one goes. Oh yeah, I haven't checked out the multiplayer. People in chat are mentioning that. Yeah. I imagine if I had, I think it would have been sweet. Yeah, the Blue Opera was cool. Absolutely. Okay, Pokemon Snap. Oh, sorry, new Pokemon Snap. Um, this game is tough to rank. Here, let me take off my sweatshirt. I'm getting kind of toasty here talking. One of these days I'll do base cam. Not today though. Okay. Where did that go? Pokemon Snap. My main complaint with this is that I just can't justify spending enough time on it. And I know that sounds strange because I play like 80-hour RPGs without any issue. I would love to have like 300 extra hours I could just spend unlocking everything in this, really like researching all the Pokemon, discovering everything. I'm just not into it enough to spend that much time on it. It kind of felt like I was wasting my time after a while. Like, I'm just like, yeah, I could spend 100 hours really going through all of the levels here, and it's awesome. It's like I would enjoy that. I would just rather spend those hours on other games. So I went through the story. I went through a few stages in each of the areas and all that, and I was like, okay, I saw a lot of it. I had enough. So I would probably rank it here. I mean, it's not like there isn't really anything wrong with it. I think that like I played the original Pokemon Snap when I was a kid and I like obsessed over it. I did everything in that. And that was kind of enough. Even 20 odd years later, I don't really have an urge to spend that much time on one of these again. Now, I suppose that's not really a fault of mine. I mean, if they made it more interesting, and I mean, I don't know how. I'm not a game dev, but had it been more interesting, I would probably rank it higher. Yeah, I would probably even rank it as okay. I mean, I don't know. It's tough. Okay, Dragon Quest VIII. I recently wrapped this one up, actually at the start of this year, but I started it last year, so I'll rank it. This might be the most controversial opinion of the whole video, guys, so I'm going to take a swig of my Yingling here and let you prepare yourselves. Oh, I haven't ranked it yet. I'm just holding it here. This is easily the most overrated Dragon Quest I have played so far. Super overrated. I see this one at the top of rankings online all the time. And if not at the top, it's right under 11. And y'all are freaking nuts. You're nuts. This game's alright. It's not that special. I mean, I might rank it as an A just because it's a Dragon Quest game, and I mean, I love all the games, but I mean, even then, I would probably not even rank it as an A. Just, I mean, objectively, it's not. It's half of the story is pure padding, just padding. Nothing happens in the middle third of the game. A lot of the characters get hardly any development at all. The skill points I think are really interesting, but there isn't enough like info on what skills you unlock, and it's easy to screw yourself out of it. Now, obviously, I just looked up all that info online, but I can imagine, like, if I didn't have all of the skills I had, it would have been tedious as hell. The combat is also very, very slow. So slow. Everything takes forever. You cast a buff, it raises it on each character individually, and then there's a pause, and then the next character, pause, next character, I'm like, just raise them all at the same time. Like, what are you doing? Now, I understand that that's how the older games were. The older games one at a time, but in those games it was fast. It was fast. That stuff scrolls. You can scroll right through it. In 8, you can't skip it. I'm sitting there just like, why is this so slow? Like, who finds this fun? Like, it's crazy. Now, maybe I'm just used to being able to use speed up and stuff, but I mean, I've been playing Dragon Quest 4, 5, and 6 on my iPhone, and they are snappy. I haven't had any issues. It's super fast. It's awesome. This game is so slow. Now, I will say that I love the music. I love the intro story stuff. The first like 8 hours of the story is really interesting. And the last third, I would say, is also really interesting. And I think it has one of the strongest endings of any of the DQ games. In fact, I think that the ending of the story is probably the strongest ending I've played of all of them so far, anyway. Well, maybe 7 is stronger. I love the story in that game too. I think that TQ7, the remake of it, like, is everything that I've heard that 8 is, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Like, everything I've heard about 8, like, oh, the story, the characters are awesome, the locations, the environments. Yeah, 8, it doesn't have all that. It's like the world you're in isn't even all that interesting. It's like, okay, there's like fields, mountains. It's like, okay, that's it? I mean, there just really isn't anything special in it. There isn't even a volcano area. I'm like, what's going on here? So, anyway, I think 8, I mean, I enjoyed it a lot. It's a really solid game. It's just, I like pretty much all the other ones more. And yeah, Randall Thor, it was a lot of people's first. And I'm actually writing a script right now on this game. It'll be a long one, maybe my longest one ever. And yeah, I talk about how it was a lot of people's first, and that colors their opinion, no doubt. Also, in chat, you mentioned that 6 is considered the rough one, and that 7 is considered too long. And you're right about that. Now, I don't think that either of those are true, meaning I don't agree with them. But yeah, that is what I hear online a lot. I think that 6 is also underrated. Really awesome game. I'll hold my thoughts on that one when I make a video, however. And I think that 7 is not too long because it is interesting the whole way through, like really interesting. Love that game. I would probably rank that one as an S. Okay, last game on the list, the one I wrapped up just a few days ago, Fire Emblem Gaiden. Oh boy. I want to call it awful. I really do. However, it's not awful. It's just really old school and really, really punishing. Like, really punishing. Yeah, no, it isn't awful. I did not enjoy FE2 really at all. It is the slog of all slogs. You get random, well, not random, but forced encounters between story battles that you can't avoid, and then combat is just insanely hard in this game. I mean, enemy units are very, very strong. I mean, if you screw up, you're screwed. Like, you screw up once, you lose one unit, you're screwed. I mean, you just can't win. Now, I've heard that, well, you can just grind in this game, right? Not really. I tried that, and you get like 1 XP in every kill. Like whenever you're doing an optional battle. Like, I don't mean like when you do damage, you get 1 XP. You get 1 XP whenever you kill an enemy in an optional battle in that game. That means a unit needs to get 100 kills to level up once? Like, what? So, really, the only strategy is to, like, optimize everything flawlessly, or I don't know how you would ever beat the game. And on top of that, your attacks only hit maybe 1 in 2 times at the most, and that's every unit in the whole game. Your accuracy isn't ever any higher than that. I don't know. Like, I think there's a bow that has high accuracy. That's about it. Other than that, you're gonna miss half of your attacks with every unit in every battle. It's really not fun at all. And I don't know why anyone has told me that this is an underrated or overlooked game, because it is not. It's awful, and I don't. Well, no, I mean, it's not awful. I do not recommend it, and I wish I hadn't spent all those hours on it, because it wasn't worth it. This game's not that fun. Okay, that's it for this one, y'all. That is every game I completed in 2023. Hope you enjoyed. There's only a few new games on this. As you can tell, I'm a fan of the old school. Anyway, thank you all for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.